Greetings. I am David Gutro, a third-year business administration student hailing out of St. Petersburg, Florida. Today I'll be going over Journal 2. The topic of Journal 2 is Ethics in Global Business. The article I chose today is In Search of Global Ethics, written by Ann Skeet and Patrick Countermash. Before I get into the article, let's discuss what ethics is in global business. What ethics is in global business refers to the moral principle and standard that guides how companies operate across different countries and cultures. It involves making decisions that are not only legal, but also fair, honest, and respectful to employees, customers, communities, and environments worldwide. Because businesses operate in multiple countries, they often face different laws, cultural norms, and expectations. Global business ethics helps companies decide how to act responsibly, even when local regulations are weaker. For example, ethical global business avoids child labor, pay fair wages, and protect workers' safety. They also reduce environment harm and prevent corruption such as bribery. Ethics in global business is important because it builds trust with customers and investors, protects a company's reputation, and supports long-term success. Companies that follow strong ethical strategies are more likely to maintain good relationships and avoid legal problems and can contribute positively to the society. Now let's get to the article. This article discusses the importance of ethics in global businesses and how companies must follow ethical standards while operating across different countries and cultures. As globalization has increased, businesses now operate internationally and interact with people from different countries, cultures, and ethical backgrounds. This creates challenges because what is considered acceptable in this country may not be acceptable in another country. However, businesses still have a responsibility to treat people fairly and act ethical regardless of where they operate. This article explains that global companies influence workers, communities, economies, which makes ethical behaviors extremely important. One of the key points in the article is that many cultures and religions share similar ethical values. This includes honesty, fairness, respect, and responsibility. The article also highlights the golden rule. The golden rule, which means treat others the way you want to be treated. This principle exists in many different religions and philosophies around the world. Because these values are shared globally, the article suggests that it is possible to create common ethical strategies for international businesses. The article also explains how global organizations promote ethical behavior. For example, the United Nations created the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which protects human-based human rights around the world. The United Nations also creates programs encouraging companies to support fair labor practices, environmental practices, and anti-corporation efforts. These help guide companies in making ethical decisions and holding them accountable. Another important point is the role of corporations themselves. Companies that are operating globally must respect cultural differences while still maintaining ethical principles. Business often creates mission statements and ethical codes to guide employees' behavior. However, the article also raises the question on who should define global ethics and how companies can ensure the standards are followed. After analyzing the article, I believe global business ethics are extremely important because companies have so much influence around the world. Without ethical standards, companies may exploit workers in countries with weaker labor laws to reduce costs. This can result in poor working conditions and unfair wages. Ethical strategies help protect workers and ensure companies act responsibly. Ethics are also important to a company's long-term success. Companies that behave ethically build trust with customers, employees, and investors. On the other hand, companies involved in unethical behavior may face scandals, legal consequences, and damage to their reputation. This causes result in financial loss and loss of public trust. I also believe leadership plays a major role in promoting ethical behavior. Business leaders must set a strong example and prioritize ethics, not just profit. When leaders demonstrate, employees are more than likely to follow ethical practices. This helps create a positive company culture and improve long-term performance. In conclusion to the article, The article emphasizes that global businesses require shared ethical standards based on fairness, honesty, and respect. Global organizations and companies both play an important role in promoting ethical behaviors. As globalization continues to grow, principles will become more successful and contribute positively to the society. Thank you.